waiting for TC to come on, Mr. Carson. Hello, Mr. Carson.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
You outside?
I'm sitting out on my porch. Yeah, it's been raining a day and it's really nice outside, so I figured I would come sit out here for a minute.
Yes, it's a total vibe. I love it.
Oh,
I
thank
love the decor. It seems so you, even though I don't know you.
What's
Well,
going on?
nothing much. Thank you so much for coming on and talking to me today. Now, I was just kind of chatting, talking about Throwback Thursday, because today is TBT. That's like the social media hashtag for
Okay,
today.
okay.
And so, I would feel a little remiss if I didn't mention your stellar performances,
Oh.
Kyle. I always have to do that voice for you.
Well, thank you. See if I can get it a little more light.
Yeah,
That's a little
sure.
better. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better.
On Living Single. So I feel like you and the whole cast, like I was just saying to people, I talked to Queen Latifah, you and all the rest of the cast is the only person or people I have not interviewed, but I feel like that show set a whole standard for the 90s. It was just like you guys changed the scope of, I would say, a lot of things for a lot of people. One, for me, when Queen Latifah, she, was heading up her own magazine and getting into journalism, and look at what profession I decided to choose. So, do you still feel that impact from the 90s and how many people are like wanting the 90s to come back and the TV shows to come back?
Well, I think when I talk to people like you and when I talk to other journalists and just people on the street, I realized the thing that we tried to do, which was create something that was meaningful for our community. We were able to do that. And so it just reminds me that we really were able to do something that we hadn't seen in our community before. And it was important.
It was important. I feel like in so many ways it was important. And I think that you guys tackled a lot of issues. Do you still feel that TV shows are doing that work today? Is that a double-edged sword?
I think that television has a chance to inspire and enlighten and still entertain. And I think we've kind of gotten away from that. Only because we weren't necessarily in charge of what we were able to put on television.
Got you.
So now we're having more control. So eventually I think we'll see more things that resonate better in our community.
For sure, for sure. One, and you can expound on this, one thing that I kind of learned and I was shocked. I was like, wait, hold on. There was an interview that you did and you mentioned that you had gotten blackballed. What happened? Where? When? Why? All the W's.
Well, when somebody labels you as something, other people follow suit. And so that's basically what happened. And wow, really? Now? Wow.
It always happens, right?
It was such a nice vibe. Like you said, it was such a nice vibe.
No, it still is. I really didn't hear it too bad. It's not that bad.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I think we're getting, if I'm answering the right question again, I think we're getting back to, no, you asked me about being blackballed. Again, when people label you as something, and it's easier for other people just to follow that label, it was disheartening to me because it was being done by African American people. So it kind of bothered me that way, but it is kind of what it is, I don't regret anything I've said. Not regret. I think I might have been able to handle some things differently, but I don't regret anything I've done. So it is what it is.
One thing, as I am, even though I provide my content to other platforms, I have my own creative control. But I still think that as a Black creator, it sometimes does take you find that, you know, not everybody who you thought would be in your corner is in
Yeah.
your corner supporting you, you
Yeah.
know, and the wrong lips to say the wrong thing could, you know, stifle anyone's career. So how did you overcome and maintain?
Luckily, I'm able to do more than one thing. So, as I was not working in film and television, my voiceover work started, you know, coming in. So when you're on the right side, you know, Spirit will provide what you need
Hello.
when you need it, you know. And again, I don't regret any of my time. I had a good time in Hollywood, especially working with my friends. I would love to do that again. You have no
Right.
idea how it is to come to work and just work with the people you love. You know, it was cool. Um, that being said, though, we had a lot of things we had to do in order to make that show work.
Yeah, yeah, you know, I will say that I was talking to a friend who, you know, of course loves living single, and I we both agreed, like, once, you know, you left and they kind of went a whole different direction, it was just kind of like, what is this? You know, I feel like everybody's what they were providing, each character we got used to, we fell in love with. And so, you know, it was very disheartening in that direction. But like you said, you've been being provided through the energy of the universe and things of that. And I love that. I love that. You know, to see you in different lights and different platforms. One of them, Greenleaf. You've been on there.
Mm-hmm.
You've been, you know, on some other, you know, TV shows. And then one of the things that I heard that you have coming is Coins for Love.
Yes.
Tell me
Yeah.
a little bit about that.
Coins for Love is a follow-up to Coins for Christmas, which
Okay.
was a TV One movie starring Stephen Bishop and Essence Atkins.
Okay.
And basically, it's a follow-up to that story where they fell in love. And now Stephen's character is trying to get more work again. And I'm his agent, so I'm really trying to help him work. Because if he gets paid, I get paid. But I
Right.
also want him to have a good life. I want him to be successful in his personal life as well.
So it's like it's definitely one of those like holiday love stories that you.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's great to be involved in a Christmas or holiday story that's us. You know,
Right.
you see these Hallmark channels, you see all these movies, but you don't really see us. You see one or two, but the movie doesn't center around us. So it's
Hmm.
nice to see that we have an entity that's making those movies for us.
Oh yeah, I will definitely watch it. So when will it drop?
I think it's been out already.
It's out over here.
Oh.
Look, let me get. I got my notes on the floor, and I don't even have my glasses on. This is what I get for that. Okay, so that's out already. Oh yes, it said Sunday, July 9th is when it came out. Okay, cool. I'm sorry, I just moved into my new
Okay,
apartment in July, so I have been working on that the whole time.
it's all good
But I wonder why they decided to release it like not in line with the holidays, you know, Christmas.
because I believe they'll re-release it Christmas time, so we'll get two runs.
Yeah, they'll play it over. Listen, I've been on a TV One's Fatal Attraction, so I know they play it over and over again. They got you. You good. People will be able to see it all the time. But I love Essence Atkins. She's such a sweetheart. Haven't
Yeah.
met Stephen yet, but when she was doing the Marlon show, got a chance to talk to her. Have you worked with her before?
No, this is my first time. So I was in Coins for Love, which was the first one. And so I met her then, and we worked together in the second one.
Yeah, how did you like working with her?
Oh, she's a sweetie pie. Really,
Isn't she?
really nice lady. Yeah. Yeah,
She
really
just has some great energy.
nice. Yeah, she does.
Yes, definitely. Let's also talk about, um, you know, let me kind of double back. When you were on Living Single, I fell in love with your voice too. I went not too long ago, probably, you know, in February, I'll say, and listened to your rendition of My Funny Valentine, because I swear to you, I'm not trying to gas anybody up, Mr. Carson. That is literally, even with the scats and all of that, I absolutely love that version of it.
Oh,
So I always felt that you had such an amazing voice and have been on the lookout for, you know, music from you. So let's talk about Come Together, because you released a video for that.
Uh-huh.
And I thought it was going to be Come Together like Michael Jackson's Come Together. I thought you were going to do a jazz version of that. Wrong. It was a nice, cool vibe. I loved the video. I got to, check that out. So that was a very important message. Tell people what that message was and why it was so important to you.
Well, as artists, we have platforms, and we like to use those platforms to kind of help our community if we can. And when everything started happening with COVID and Black Lives Matter, and I saw all this stuff, and I saw how people were so angry, and people were so, and our leadership was, and I wanted to do something, but I'm kind of that age group, so I'm not really supposed to be out in the protest for COVID, and I can't really be out there. So I said, I want to do something, and I was listening to my album one day, and I went, oh wow, that song will work. That song will work. So I can hopefully move the needle just a little bit if I can. So I hooked up with my buddy Jerron Bolger in Chicago, and he's an editor, and he was able to shoot that footage for me. Another friend of mine here in Atlanta, we shot our footage here. Jerron put it together, and it was a statement that I wanted to make, that in order for this to do anything that we wanted to do, we can't keep fighting each other.
No.
At some point, we have to let people be who they are and work with everybody's strength to get where we want to be.
Do you ever think that we will come together? Because sometimes I lose hope.
I think it can happen. I'm not sure it's going to happen in my lifetime. I'm not sure if I'll be here. Maybe your kids will be here. I don't know.
My grandkids, but yeah, I look at stuff and I'm like, why can't we? Everybody has something that they could add to the pot. Why can't we just embrace that instead of trying to change everybody and make everybody the same?
Right.
That's, like, who wants to live in that kind of world?
You lose everything. You lose the diversity. You lose the food, the talent, the music. You lose everything that makes people who they are.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. No, I completely agree with you. Let's talk about some other updates that you have. Okay. You had Bricked that premiered on BET Her on July 25th. I like this because it really is focusing on mental health.
Absolutely. It deals with a young man who's dealing with bipolar disorder and his journey with him and his therapist through that. And it's important for our community that we start talking about mental health. Everybody's got, an auntie or uncle that they don't really talk about, that they keep over there because there's some mental issue, but nobody deals with the mental issue. So if we just start being okay with us having these issues and seeking the help that we need to seek, see a therapist. Yeah, go to church and pray. That's great. But go and talk to somebody who can give you some applications to help you move forward.
Right. Absolutely. Why do you think that it's kind of frowned upon to seek mental health within the Black community?
Because we're told to go to God.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you don't, they think you're crazy.
Right. Absolutely.
But I say, well, God put these people through school so they could learn to help you. So why wouldn't you go seek the help?
Right. 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 Make it make sense.
Not rocket science. Come on.
No, for sure. I mean, I think that it's something that we do need to talk about and not be so dismissive and call people, oh, he's just crazy, or he's just that, or she's just that. Because now it kind of makes someone feel uncomfortable to seek that help.
Exactly. They get
Yeah. And then they feel like, oh, well, I'm too crazy, or I've seen the opposite where they're like, oh, you want to see crazy, I'll show you crazy, and then really go off the deep end.
Well, everybody got a little crazy in them.
Well, yeah.
Everybody got a little. How big is your crazy is the problem. That's
right.
The question.
Right.
I don't even want to call it crazy. Everybody has some kind of disorder.
Mm-hmm.
And some kind of mental disorder, be it slight or big. So can you manage that? Or can you help your loved ones manage that is the question.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then another thing, The Gaze. So this is a digital series that you're doing. tell me a little bit about this as well. It already premiered in July, but I'm also seeing that every Thursday in August. But
Mm-hmm.
August is over, of course. Is it coming back? What are we doing with that?
You can still find it online if you go to the GAZE.com on YouTube. You can find
Okay.
it. You can find the whole series. It was written by a friend of mine named Larry Powell. It started out as a play, but then when everything came down about COVID, he wanted to retool it so we could still do it. So the piece is about a theater festival that happens every summer.
Okay.
Usually it's on stage, right? Now it's during COVID, so they want to have a virtual performance so they can still have this festival. So what you're seeing in the Gaze is a rehearsal period for this virtual performance. But it really is about this young man's journey into finding out kind of who he is.
Got you. Got you.
And it's it was done with iPhones, Zoom, and GoPro cameras. And it really came out well. I was very surprised. I didn't think, I wasn't sure what to think about it.
So
I know
it's very organic.
Absolutely.
I love that. As a person that creates my own content, I'm all about organic. Your phone, whatever you got, use it.
Yeah.
Whatever will record,
everybody's at home recording from home now, so
For sure.
Yeah.
So talk to me. I noticed something that you do, and I didn't know that you were into cooking. You do cooking videos?
Well, we're actually working on a cooking show called TC's Recipes. We just shot the first, I think, 3 or 4 episodes, so we're in the process of editing that. That's going to be on my YouTube channel as well. I really wanted to create a show that could show people who don't really like to cook or are scared to cook that cooking can be fun and easy, and also to teach young people more life skills. So TC's Recipes is going to encompass quite a lot of things other than cooking.
Okay, TC, Mr. Carson, listen, I have cooking on my YouTube channel as well.
Okay.
After we're done with this interview, I'm about to whip up my shrimp fried rice recipe.
Okay.
Now you can make it vegan. You could do just vegetable fried rice or whatever, but I've also done jerk chicken. I've done, I just did stuffed mushrooms. So what is your specialty?
Oh, I cook everything I like to eat. I eat everything. So I'll figure out how to cook it. If I like to eat it, I'll figure out how to make it. But I have to bring you on my show.
Yes, absolutely. I would love to do that. I also did a copycat version of the Starbucks vanilla frappuccino.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Listen, I get down in the kitchen. I love cooking.
Okay.
I love cooking. Do you love cooking as much as I love it?
Well, I learned real early that if you like to eat, you should learn how to cook.
That's
where you get what you want, when you want it, how you want it.
Yes. Now, I don't know if you're as bad as me, but I will go to a restaurant and I'll be like, I can make this better at home.
Absolutely.
You do.
Absolutely.
So what would, if your family came over and they said, you know what, we're going to TC's house because I know he makes the best
pizza.
Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. You want to share a little secret? What you do in that pizza?
No, you had to watch the show.
I knew that was coming. I did see a question, and I like taking questions from the fans because I know sometimes this is their only way to get to talk to you. But one person, Ty Hosley, if I'm saying that right, wants to know, what do you do for peace or to calm yourself when feeling stressed?
I meditate.
Okay.
And this noise is killing me. So, but yeah, I meditate as much as I can, and usually that'll help me calm down and focus.
Okay. Then I have another one from Ty as well, Hosley. He says, TC, do you have an upcoming project or endeavor? Well, we talked about the cooking show, so.
That's the main thing. And we're also starting, I keep telling people I'm having new music, and then I never put it out. The last few years, we've done a couple of albums, and I didn't like them, so I didn't release them. We're working on a new project now, And I think I'm gonna like this one. So I'm hoping by the new year we'll have new music.
Listen, TC, I need something to drink my wine with and just listen to your vocals.
Oh, thank
Please put
you.
that out.
Yeah, I'm really kind of hard on myself, so I just want it to be right when you all get it. I want it to be right.
No, I understand. When you're a creative perfection, you become a perfectionist. Sometimes you
Yeah.
just got to let that go and just do. I know. Progress over perfection, Mr.
Okay.
Carson.
Yeah, yeah,
Please.
okay. Yeah,
And
okay.
he's like, whatever. I ain't listening to you, child.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Yeah. But on the last note, I was just talking before you hopped on about how many, we're seeing now like 90 shows getting rebooted and this one's getting rebooted. And I'm like, if you all don't stop giving us what we didn't ask for, um,
Well,
do you?
again, you have to understand who's in charge of reboots
Okay. Who?
and who has the say so over who owns these shows. So
Mm.
it's not us that owns these shows. It's the networks, it's the studios. They own these shows. And so they get to decide what they want to put out and what they don't want to put out. And it just is what it is. Until we have more of our own networks and our own studios, we can't really. Again, I'm kind of tired of asking somebody to do something. It's like we got so much. We have so much talent, so much money. We have everything we need. Why do we keep asking somebody else? I understand, hold them accountable. Absolutely. Because you say it's for everybody, then make it for everybody. But I'm not waiting for you.
Say that again, please.
Why we waiting on you? Come on. We got everything we need.
But do you think that Living Single could even be rebooted? I just don't feel that it would have that same je ne sais quoi.
I think it couldn't be, I don't think it could be us. I think it would have to be our offspring and us.
But
I don't
even
I don't know if we could, because I think they waited too late. I don't know if we could actually, if it would make sense. But
yeah,
our offspring and us would make sense. Just like when they did the the different world from Cosby Show.
okay,
It's like
yeah,
the offspring, but it cross reference, but the offspring were kind of the show.
true. Because then, I mean, at that point, it wouldn't be called Living Single; it'd be called Living with Kids and Babies.
Well, well, that's the next progression, right?
You know,
That's the
I
next
mean,
progression. I mean,
it's
think
true.
about it. We had Cosby Show with the teenagers. Then we had Different World. Then you had Living Single and Martin. What's after that? You married with kids.
That's true.
That's
That's
the
true.
next progression.
That's true. That's true. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about reboots. I don't know. I feel like there's just some things you cannot touch. Okay. So you okay. Leave a good thing alone.
There you go.
It's
It's okay. It's
classic.
really okay. Now, would I
Yeah.
love to work with my friends again? Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. I would love working with John and the two Kims and Erica and Queen. We had so much fun. We really, really had a good time. The friendship and the love you saw on screen was real. We really do care about each other.
That's good. I love to hear that. I love to hear that. But you know, I wouldn't want a good thing messed up. That's my whole thing. And I feel like for what it is, I don't mind. I have watched reruns of Different World, of Martin, of Living Single, of I'm on Girlfriends right now.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't have a problem doing that. I think that for the 90s, like I said, you were culture creators. You changed the way, like you said, the perspective of Black people, and showed how many different dimensions that we're not just, monolithic. So I just
Right.
like the fact that you were involved in that, and I want to remember you there. And as far as that goes, but
Gotcha.
you can do other things and all of that, because I know you're talented. I mean, your voice, let alone, and then now you could cook. Come on. love it. I absolutely love it. You guys were definitely, I think definite game changers in it all. But I know I don't want to keep you too long. I'm going to give one more question.
Okay.
From the people watching. Let's see. Someone wants to know seasonings. I saw something about herbs. What herbs do you use?
I use a little bit of everything. Just depends on what I'm making. But I grow my herbs in the back too: cilantro, parsley, thyme, rosemary. I grow those on the property.
Oh, you have some in your backyard?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I'm growing a little thing of basil, and
Okay.
I just repotted my basil, and now it's just so green and just thriving. It was a
Smells
little,
great too, doesn't it?
yeah, and it keeps growing, growing, growing. And I don't know, with the winter coming around, how we're gonna take care of it. Do you have any tips since you have a green thumb?
Well, you cut it back, bring it in, you'll cut it back. But harvest it while you can, and you can blend it up in the blender and put it in ice cube trays and freeze it. And you can use it in your stews. You can put it in your spaghetti sauces like that, so that way you don't waste it.
Do you put it with like any kind of chicken broth, or you just put it with water?
Just a little water.
Just a little water,
Just a
okay.
little water, yeah.
And then
Just
put it in
blend it up.
stews. Okay,
And
okay.
put it in the ice cube trays. When it freezes, just put it in a plastic bag.
Okay, and do you ever dry it out to have your own, instead of store-bought basil?
I used to put it in the freezer. When I chop it up, if I don't use what I chopped up, I just put it in the freezer like that. So I use fresh. I don't use very many dried herbs unless I have to. I try to use fresh herbs.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. You only use
Well,
fresh.
if you can get them, use them. If you can't get them, then you get the dried stuff.
Okay. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. I use dried and fresh, but okay.
There you go.
I got you. Well, I don't want to keep you long. I thank you so much for joining me for Throwback Thursday. Like we mentioned earlier, everybody, if you can, please support Mr. Carson. The latest single, Come Together, I watched it. I loved it. I loved the video. I love how organic it was. It's definitely what we need right now. So check that out. And then also it's available on Apple Music. Mm-hmm. So if they can't go to YouTube, which yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Yes, you can. So make sure you check that out. Also, too, just, I'll follow you. I wasn't following you. I didn't know you had an Instagram. I will follow you on Instagram so I can keep up. And maybe we could do some cooking together.
Yes, absolutely. I think that'd be fun.
All right. Thank you so much for talking to me. Enjoy the rest of your day. Listen, that background right here with that mask. No, seriously, my grandma used to collect African art, and it reminds me of that. She used to have scary ones, though, with fangs, and I don't know if it was giving off some...
I got that in Africa, actually. I did. I got that when I was in Africa, when I was in Senegal.
Is it some type of fertility?
No, I don't think it's fertility. I forgot what it was, but I'm not...
Listen, I think all the fertility masks then got to my brothers because they have all the kids. I ain't got it. It skipped me. I wasn't messing with them masks at my grandma's house. But yeah, no, definitely. Okay, let me let you go because we could talk forever. But it was so great talking to you, and enjoy the rest of your day. And you have support, as you see, all up and through.
Thank you, darling. And thank you for having me on today. You have a great rest of your evening.
You too. Thank you. Bye.